Welcome to Burn the Silence. This is the place where the silence ends and power begins, where your truth is sacred, where healing sounds like remembering, and where your aha moments aren't just insights, they're soul activations. I don't speak to perform, I speak to awaken. And if you're here, then you're ready to remember. Hi, love. Before we begin, I want to say this. If you've been doing the work, attending the circles, saying the affirmations, reading the books, and nodding along on Zoom calls, and you're still feeling like something is missing, like your nervous system is pretending, like you're checking all the boxes, but your body still flinches, then this episode's for you. Because here's the truth. You cannot heal in a space that still requires you to perform. You can't soften in a space that rewards your control. You can't rest in a space that claps for your effort but avoids your rupture. And you can't become in a space that only makes room for the version of you that's palatable. There's a version of healing we don't talk about enough. The kind where you're crying, but subtly curating your tone, where you're sharing, but editing the rawness so it doesn't feel too heavy, where you're showing up, but performing safety instead of feeling it. It's the performance of empowerment, the curated collapse, and the digestible devastation. And your body knows it. Your breath shortens, your jaw tightens, and your nervous system is whispering, I don't believe this is safe. Because it's not. I had a moment like this in Circle. It looked perfect. Incense, soft lighting, heart-centered check-in, and I started to cry. And then I watched myself pull back, not because I was done crying, but because I didn't want to be the one who made it heavy. I wiped my tears mid-sentence, changed my tone to sound self-aware, and I skipped past my grief and called it integration. And in that exact moment, I realized I was rehearsing vulnerability, not embodying it. And if I was doing that, even in a sacred space, how many of us are? So I want to say this clearly. You cannot regulate a nervous system that is still performing safety. You can't access wholeness through suppression or embody your softness while your body's scanning for rejection. You can't reclaim your power while you're still asking, is this too much? Because the version of you that keeps the room comfortable is not the version of you who will heal. And that version of you, well, she's tired, she's aching, and she's brilliant. But she's still asking for permission to fall apart. So let her rest. Let her unravel. Let her be met by a space that can hold the unfiltered, unscripted, and unapologetic you. If you've been walking around holding your breath inside sacred spaces, you're not healing. You're performing healing. And that's not your fault. That's how you survived. But let me tell you something. Your body is so done pretending. And I want you to know that healing doesn't have to mean being graceful. Sometimes it's just a straight up mess or rage, and it can even be numbness. But But you need to welcome all of it, because wholeness doesn't look like perfection. It looks like truth. And something I teach my kids on a regular basis is that perfection is an illusion. And that's something I had to learn myself. Being very Virgo energy, I had to realize that perfection doesn't exist because it is different in everybody's eye. So, if you're ready to start remembering the version of you who never needed to be performed, if you're craving healing that actually lands in your body, not just your mind, then I invite you to download Decode Your Soul Map. It's not just a freebie, it's going to be the beginning of a mirror. One that reminds you of the emotional, energetic, and intuitive truths that have always lived inside of you. You don't need to earn healing. You don't need to prove that you are ready. You just need to come as you are. And I will meet you there. If this episode brought something up for you, don't push it away. That's your truth trying to rise. If you're ready to explore what's underneath the strong front, come grab a free shadow of the Strong Woman workbook. It's where we start peeling back the layers so you can finally heal what's been holding it all together.